The last 2 years for the Patriots have not been very good. They've only won 8 games, they've been through a million quarterbacks, and they've fired 2 head coaches. Though this offseason, the Patriots did hire former player and former Titans head coach Mike Vrabel, who many think can turn his team right back into a playoff contender with their young QB Drake May, their star receiver Stephon Diggs, their star corner Christian Gonzalez, and many more additions that they made in the offseason via free agency and the draft. The leadership is also going to vastly improve this year. Vrabel is a much better leader than Mayo, and there's a lot of players that they added who have been in the league for a long time, like Rob Spillane, and they added Marcus Epps, Stephon Diggs, and many more who can teach the young guys a thing or two. Despite all of this good stuff, the Patriots are still lacking in some positions. They still want a young star receiver, they need to improve at pass rush, and they also still need to get better at O-line. It has been an issue for so long, and it's slightly improving, but it's not fully there yet. Now, with signing Moses in the offseason and drafting Will Campbell at 4, it definitely should improve, but Moses' injuries and Will Campbell's status of being good or not because he's a rookie is still up in the air. We aren't fully sure yet if it's going to be mediocre at least, or if it's going to completely suck again. Moving on from the O-line, let's take a look at some of the key components that could lead to the Patriots' success and possible playoff appearance this upcoming season. Drake May is obviously the biggest piece that could lead to this team's possible success. Now, looking at his stats last year, they aren't anything jaw-dropping, but he definitely showed a lot of flashes. Now, of course, he could improve in some areas. Like, I definitely think he had a turnover problem last year, considering he had 16 turnovers and only 13 starts. But you have to remember, he had little to no support at the receiver position, and he had one of maybe the worst O-line in the entire NFL. Now, of course, they did make improvements in both of those areas this past offseason. Obviously, the big one was signing Stephon Diggs, who is coming off of an ACL tear, but his resume is unbelievable. He has 6 1,000-yard seasons, 4 Pro Bowls, and he's a 2-time All-Pro. He still has it. Yes, he's old, and he's coming off of an injury, as I previously said, but he can definitely be a huge piece of his offense and have another 1,000-yard season to his resume. They also made a lot of key additions on the other side of the ball. They added Milton Williams, Harold Landry, Marcus Epps, Carlton Davis, Robert Spillane, and Clavion Chason. The Patriots added a lot of impact players on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, Milton Williams is the big one, considering he's going to be paired up with Christian Barmore. Their pass rush is going to be unbelievable on the inside. Now, the outside is still a little bit of a problem, but there are some rumors about them adding Trey Hendrickson. You know, that's obviously not a 100% thing, but the fact that it's even a possibility is huge. And their secondary is also going to be insane. They added Carlton Davis from Detroit, who's going to pair up with Christian Gonzalez, and they also brought back Alex Austin, who was really good for them down the stretch last season. Now let's take a look at some of the notable draft picks this year. Obviously, the big one is Will Campbell. I know there's a lot of questions about him and his short arms and whatever, but I think he's absolutely incredible. I think he's going to be good whether he's at guard or tackle, and I think this is a really good pick. Obviously, it's frustrating that we couldn't get Hunter, but this is still a good piece nonetheless. And then Travion Henderson, who was not only absolutely incredible in college, but has looked absolutely incredible in the preseason, is no doubt going to be the starting running back, and he's probably going to be here for a long time. He's looked amazing. He looks athletic. He looks explosive. He's going to be a huge piece to the Patriots offense this season. Then there's Kyle Williams, who I'm a little bit more up in the air about. Listen, I like him, but he hasn't looked like anything special. He's had some good clips that I've seen circulating around on Twitter, but not as much as the other guys. Now, the Patriots have not hit on a receiver in forever. So if this can be the guy that finally changes that, then I'm going to be really happy. But as of right now, I don't see him exactly being a star, but I don't see him sucking either. Now, with all these additions, the Patriots 100% improved. I mean, there is no doubt they are night and day from last year's team. Now, where do I actually have them going record-wise? I'm not 100% sure yet, but I can probably give you a general area where I think that they will land at. Now, they have the easiest schedule in the NFL, or at least they have near the easiest schedule, which of course is kind of take that with a grain of salt because you never know how good a team will actually be. But if we're looking at it right now, the Patriots could definitely be a 9 to 10 win team. But this is based loosely off of what I think will happen and how I think players will perform. Of course, there's going to be a bunch of guys out there who are going to absolutely suck, and then there's some guys who could be way better than I thought they were going to be. Obviously, the Patriots' success banks heavily on how good May will be, which we aren't 100% sure yet. He's still having turnover problems in camp, but he is still explosive offensively. If he can at least is dumbed down in the turnovers, there's no reason that the Patriots can't at least be a middle-of-the-pack offense this upcoming year. The Patriots should also have at least a top 12 defense. They have a lot of really good pieces, and there's a possibility that it's going to get even better. So if they're holding teams to minimum points every single game and their offense can at least just get the job done, there's no reason they can't crack a wild card spot. Now, like I said, you never know how good some teams are actually going to be, but I'm just focusing on the Patriots right now, and I definitely think they improved enough to the point where they can crack at least the 7 seed, maybe the 6 seed if they're lucky. They aren't exactly ready to win the division yet. The Bills are definitely still a better team as long as they have Josh Allen, but they definitely are better than the Jets and the Dolphins. I know, of course, I'm a little bit biased because I don't like either of those teams, but just looking at the rosters on paper, the Patriots are definitely at least better than 2 of those teams. Like I said, not exactly up to the Bills standard yet, but, they're getting close. And especially if May really breaks out, then they might be better. Of course, like I said, I'm just gassing them up a little and I'm trying to have a little bit of fun. But I'm serious. I really do think they can make some noise this year, or at least maybe next year when they add even more players. They have a lot of cap space, a lot of money to burn. They can add whoever they want. It's just about if they want to do it or not. Overall, I'm super excited about this team, and I really hope they do well. The season is right around the corner. It's only about 3 weeks away. The last week of the preseason is coming up in just a couple of days. Week 2 just wrapped up tonight with the Bengals and the Commanders. The Patriots are just on the edge of being good, and I seriously think that they're going to break out this year. I hope I'm right. I think I'm going to be right. And that week 1 game is definitely going to be a testament. If they can just take down the Raiders, there's no reason they can't take down any other team on their schedule, and they should be able to get around 9 to 10 wins.